All right. Well, welcome to the September meeting of the Small Business Loan Committee. Thank you all for being here. Everyone I can see is looking good and excited to do the work. So, as acting chair for this meeting, I ask you to direct your attention to our minutes from the July meeting that you should have received from Stephen. See if those minutes accurately capture what took place. Oh yeah, the business plan contest.
And if anyone has any updates they need to be reflected in those minutes, please feel free to let me know. You can say something or type something in the chat if you'd like, whichever you prefer. And also, if there are any, factual errors, if you spot anything like that, let me know.
Did we have to say we went into closed session? Do the minutes need to reflect that? That's a really good
point, Diane. I'll be sure to add that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so with that addition, is there anything else that you'd like to change about the minutes? If not, can I get a motion for approval?
I make a motion that the minutes from last meeting be approved as stated, with the changes for adding that we went into closed sessions.
It's been moved. Can I get a second?
I second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes for the July meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. We have approved the minutes. I think Kevin said aye. We just couldn't hear him. I didn't hear him.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. So, Stephen, is there anything you want to say about this commercial building rehab loan that's in front of us?
Sure. So you all were provided the application and proposals for a new neighborhood revitalization strategy area building rehabilitation program funding project for Julian Williams's Jr. Property at 1401 North Liberty Street. This is a property that is currently housing Ultimate Access, which is an auto repair business owned and operated by Mr. Terry Smith. Terry Smith has been working with the city to help Mr. Williams, the property owner, get a complete roof replacement for this building. And as part of that, he's reached out to the city to look into utilizing this program for matching money to do this roof work. If you're unfamiliar, if maybe it's been a while, this program allows a property owner to request up to $10,000 in matching money to upfit a space and certain approved uses. They have to supply a number of proposals, and then once it goes through this approval process, then they're able to commence the work. We have an internal review committee with the heads of a few different departments, and that it goes through them before it comes to you all. That review committee gave this one the go-ahead and said it looked good. It looks like the building does need a lot of work. There's some rotted wood and things like that. It looks like this is going to be a pretty good use for this program. It's a little unusual that the business owner, not the property owner, is driving the process. But part of the reason for that is because Mr. Williams is currently out of state, so he's sort of doing this, at a distance. But otherwise, it's tracking pretty closely with a typical project. There's another slightly unusual thing, which is that the project description in this was filled out. It includes the complete roof replacement, and then there's also a number of other things that are more like a wish list for future projects than specific to this one. But we're just focusing on the complete roof replacement aspect for now.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Stephen. I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I think that rather than having him refill out this application, I just told him that it was fine the way it is, and as long as it included the complete roof replacement there, we would just move along with it. Again, the proposals are pretty much the most important part. They show the breakdown of the work that's going to be done, and allow us to identify, comparing like against like for the work that needs to be done here. And we were satisfied with those proposals. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. And again, this program is technically a loan program, as in it can be up to a $10,000 loan, but in practice, it does not end up becoming a loan. Usually, the funds, the $10,000 is forgiven because all you have to do is maintain ownership of the property for a few years and keep it kept up, and it can be forgiven. And most people take advantage of that.
I have a quick question, Madam Chair, to follow up to that.
Sure.
So, Stephen, that's a good point. So if the owner maintains ownership for that number of years, is there any sort of do we need to get any clarification since the business owner, not the property owner, is driving this process, or it doesn't matter as far as the forgivability process?
Even though the business owner is driving the process, doing the sort of legwork for it, all of the contracts are still going to be with the property owner, and so they'll still be on the hook, so to speak, for the project.
Gotcha. And then just one other quick question that I thought about earlier. Since this is an automotive-related business, Stephen, are there any extra regulations or environmental considerations that would come up as when they start working on the building, like replacing the roof, that we need to be aware of or anything?
As far as I know, this is not going to affect any state level automotive regulations. Again, this went through our inspections department, and they didn't identify anything related to that. So,
thank you.
As far as I know, there's nothing. I will say that, with projects like this, we're playing a small role, relatively speaking, compared to, the loan program or the contest, business planning contest, and we're more sort of a partner in a larger thing that's going on. And the work that'll be done, they may encounter some new things they have to do to get through the process, but ultimately, we're going to be in for just the 10,000, and it won't go any further than that for this program.
Sure.
And it looks like our 10,000 doesn't go in until the project is complete. So
That's correct.
the property owner would be responsible for covering all the other, covering all the expenses until it's complete, and then they get reimbursed for 10,000.
Yes, that's right. We don't come in until the work's done. And they can't start the work until they get approval. Yes, Mr. Cole?
Yes. Do we verify that the property owner has the funds prior to us approving, or how does the process work there?
For this program, we don't. The fact that we'll only reimburse after the work is finished is sort of covering that aspect of it. I have spoken to the property owner, and he seems pretty enthusiastic about getting this work done. But yes, we won't cut a check until all of the work is finished.
And there isn't any collateral in this loan, or we're not taking a lien on the property or anything, correct?
Correct. This program doesn't typically involve that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Any other questions?
I do have one other question. So if there is a issue with the work being done and the property owner not being able to pay this, pay the contractor, I would imagine the contractor would place a lien, mechanics lien, or on the property, but that would not affect us, affect the city. Just thinking out loud here. Am I correct in that process, or thinking my thought process around that?
Yeah, we wouldn't be connected in that way.
Okay.
We would only come in as to check to make sure the work was finished. If it was finished, we'd look at the invoices, paid invoices, receipts, and then make a check disbursement for the appropriate amount after all of that.
Okay.
Good question, though. I mean, these, work being done on buildings like this is you're right, it can be a sticky issue a lot of times with contractors and subcontractors. But again, this specific program is set up in a way so that the city mostly just plays a funding role on the very back end.
Understand. Thank you for that clarity.
Sure.
All right, so if there are no other questions, I'd like to call for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve this application pursuant to all policies as part of the City of Winston-Salem process for the rehab loan program.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded that we approve this application for the commercial building rehabilitation loan for Julian Williams. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. It has passed. We have approved this application for the rehab loan.
Well, that concludes the staff business.
All right. So, Stephen, have you notified the business plan contest winners?
Yes, I actually was speaking with them earlier today, and we'll be moving forward probably early next week with some next steps there.
Did they scream and jump around with happiness?
There were emotions were had, but you know, jumping could not confirm.
Great. Okay, so any other business pending? Anything else out there that we need to know about?
Justin Gomez reached out to me earlier today requesting some updates on active loans. I'm gonna I'll be sending some information out to you all before next month's meeting, just with some updates.
All right.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if there's no other business, the meeting's officially adjourned. If you want to hang out and talk, I can talk for a few more.